evening, everybody. This is Howard Nema and Vinny Bdatruth. And you are listening to and watching We Are Change. Vinny, you just ran in literally, there's a snowstorm here in northwest Connecticut.
Yeah, I
and
didn't say great timing.
Great timing. It's unbelievable that I was figuring I was just going to have to say, well, Vinny might be a little delayed due to this northeast storm that we have here. He's coming up,
Fishtailing up the road.
Fishtailing up the mountain to Torrington. So yes, we're here again spreading more truth. We've got a lot of people and a lot of information to go on. In fact, Saturday's show from 6 to 8 p.m. is going to be incredibly important to tune into, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be covering a lot of the important news that's been going on lately this week, and some more insights into the Federal Reserve, as I will start going back into again. We'll probably be hearing again a couple of phone calls. I intend to hear from a few people like Roger Landry is probably going to be giving us a shout this evening, maybe around 9 o'clock, and we can talk to him a little bit about the We the People network on Facebook, which is basically putting all the groups together, doing fantastic work growing that, and of course the message of Ron Paul's message of leadership and liberty.
I talked to Hank yesterday.
Hank of We Are Change, Connecticut.
And he was saying how he's seen the page and how big it was and how good it was.
It's growing, and it's growing at leaps and bounds, and we're all a part of it, and we're all trying to, move this message of freedom and liberty that our rights are being taken away. I didn't get a chance to speak to you about this, but today I streamed on livestream, and you guys can go on the archives at livestream.com, Truth Talk News, and I streamed some Fritz Springmeier for some of that video.
The Bloodlines?
Well, that's up there. The Bloodlines of the Illuminati, also the Mind Control,
nice.
And basically based on the book that really got him in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, more than the Bloodlines was the Mind Control book.
It was the Mind Control book, which had a tremendously long title. The actual title of the book is
how to create
how the Illuminati creates an undetectable mind controlled slave, basically something like that.
That's very perfect.
And it's something very long. That's the actual thing, but. It's an incredible.
I was going to bring that tonight.
In fact, well, again, it's on the live stream. It's there, for fair use. You can take it off there. You can share it. Then there's also.
I would love to get a phone call with Fritz.
Yeah, we're going to try to get in touch with all. In fact, one of our goals in 2012 is to reach people in the community, the truth community, and also people that are in our local communities that have important things to say. About things that are happening. Like I keep bringing up Martha Dean because of her work for against the CPS in the state of Connecticut, and their tyranny, which is really not state. It's the federal government. It's they're imposing these tactics to break down the society. Now this Fritz Springmeier film goes into this detailed way that they compartmentalize, and the way that the Illuminati uses their They're at the higher. Obviously, they can't control everything, but when we say they control everything, what that means is that they are at the top, and they have literally an army of managers who have all different levels of compartmentalization below them that know nothing of the upper levels. It's just like the Masonic Order. It really is. It's the same structure of the Masonic Order.
Or also with Fritz, you could also with the Bloodlines that it's all. Fritz is great with, is the bloodline is a lot bigger than most people think, and with the names being covered up so much, so also a lot of people are part of the family, so they're all going to help each other out mostly.
Exactly, and it is really a family thing, and I was very intrigued by it's quite a bit. It's like a couple of hours to spend with Fritz Springmeier, but it's worth it. One of them is, I think, an hour. I think I try to cut them down into shorter segments, but, there's a lot of information there. I know now a lot of people aren't Christians. Now, this is an important thing. I'm going to bring this up because I think you're all going to... Don't get turned off because the first 20 minutes that he starts talking all this Christian stuff, it all ties into the fact of mind control. See, whatever your faith is, ladies and gentlemen, the religion aspect of it is controlled. And the Illuminati, unfortunately, like it or not, have control of the highest levels in the Vatican, have the highest levels of the Jehovah's Witnesses, have the highest levels of the Mormons. They are all working in concert. I know this is a hard thing to conceptualize and believe, but it is true.
Another guy is the guy William Schnobel.
There's many people that
William
we're
Schnobel
going to try to keep bringing these people to light.
also shows how
Their
he
work.
himself was a priest and a Satanist. So how
And Robert Moreland.
the who?
Robert Moreland.
Actually, that doesn't ring a bell. If you want to tell us about
Morley. Robert Morley was he was a priest, and he was brought into the Satanic Order, and then you can go. Same thing. It was just he was brought in to a different level, and then they say, now you've reached this point, and we're gonna reveal to you the real truth of the fact of the demon. It's a demon, and the demons are gonna go and you're gonna control the demons and all this stuff, and that's what they do. And it really is, now again, this people are going to really say, whoa, especially the people that are not aware of this. But it is really true. In fact, you know what I love now about this whole thing? Vinny, look, just for everybody's purposes here, I know this is a a radio show, and we are Changes, of course, on Informed Radio, and you're listening to Informed Radio, 24-hour Truth Talk Radio. Again, we have to thank our producer, Truth War, who makes this thing happen and keeps the station running, and is the captain of the ship, as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, basically we finally got the multimedia here where I can actually watch things going on here, and I can also search. So we finally have that there as far as I can, I can move the we can play videos now. I think we can move the camera around and stuff like that, stuff I wasn't able to do before as much. But I was thinking while we're talking, and maybe you can do some insight. I was going to try to find this part from this guy, the Satan guy, talking, the priest. So just give some more insight. It'll take me a minute.
Yeah, Schnobel was the one that I was talking about. I don't know about the guy you're talking about. It's probably like the same thing, but Schnobel was I know this is going to sound crazy to people too, because a lot of people think 33rd degree is the highest Freemasonry.
No, there are
but that's for the regular Freemasonry.
13 or something more degrees. There's a higher...
Well, no, the Scottish Rite is 13 degrees, and the regular Freemasonry from England is 33 degrees. But, like, we all know the names Illuminati and Skull and Bones and Order of the Quest, Order of the Golden Dawn. All these orders are all just out of Freemasonry. And when you get into these other orders is when you get into higher degrees. And Schnobel actually was like a 97th degree Mason. Because you have to become a Mason to really start networking and get involved in even becoming a Satanist. Even the Church of Satan or any type of witchcraft, Satanism, you got to become a Mason. And that I learned from Schnobel. So, like you're saying that this is crazy, but if Schnobel and he's getting to a guy, and John Todd John Todd was one, and Fritz Brigmeyer will tell you how many priests are involved in the Satanism.
That's what I'm going to search. It's Satanic Priest. I'm trying because I'm getting a spelling of his name wrong. I'm trying because I don't remember his name exactly. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much information. I mean, it's hard to like grasp. I mean,
well, that's why we say, and they have to go
again.
and research.
But it's true.
The names.
There's a lot of them. You gave him one, but this guy's name is Robert. It's something Morl something Moreland or
Roger Morneau.
Morneau.
I love
Okay,
this guy.
all right, yes,
Okay.
thank you. Okay.
I was just going to mention.
That's what we're going to talk about.
I was just going to mention this guy.
Mourneau or something more.
Something like that.
Tripping
Yeah,
in the
that's
supernatural. There he is.
I was just going to mention.
He was a Satanist, and he stopped Satanist. Yes.
Well, he was invited by the.
He was invited. Right. He was invited.
You're going to play the video now?
Why not? We'll play the audio of it. It's only 10 minutes long. I'll make sure the video it sounds good, and as far as getting the Skype on it, I can.
This is actually my favorite one to talk about it and how it's.
It's amazing. This is a 10-minute speech. Now I've seen a lot of his stuff and talking about him, and he explains how it goes. All right, this is the one where I want to have the most. Here it's better. This is a shorter one. Now Roger Morneau is Roger Morneau, and he's an ex-Satanist, and it's a 3-minute clip, so it won't keep. It won't take too much.
In 1815, a lot of the physicians in Europe were using hypnotism as a means of anesthesia.
Now, hypnotism is the same as mesmerism?
That's right. So mesmerism that's been developed to a higher degree of refinement. And the priest went on saying that the plan of Satan to deceive the human family this way, he says is the most intriguing thing to his mind. And he went on saying how it was going to be brought about. He said that a fellow by the name of Darwin and another fellow by the name of Thomas Henry Huxley would be used by the spirits because in their childhood they had been hypnotized by medical doctors.
Oh yeah.
And they figured that they would be real good subjects.
Mind control is what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen.
Lead the people into this belief that they had, that Satan wanted to bring into people's lives.
Now, what were those 3 points again, Roger? The 3 things were, number 1, that they did not want Satan did not want the human family to think that he or his angels existed.
Right.
The second point that you made had to do with taking control of people's minds.
That's right.
The third point was what?
Was to destroy the Bible without burning it.
Okay.
See?
And what was his strategy on that?
On that,
Evolution.
it was very interesting.
That's the New World Order. They want to
Because after the
destroy
Great General
religion.
Council,
One world religion.
One world religion, one
it was decided that Satan would tutor Charles Darwin personally in setting up the principles of his theories of evolution. He was tutored by Lucifer himself, fallen Lucifer. And at that time, it was understood, Satan and his spirit counselors understood that if a person was led to believe in the theory of evolution, it would, in his life, destroy completely the creation week of the Bible, the fall of man, and plan of redemption. It would do away with it.
In one fell swoop.
Yeah. Now, he made a unique statement. He said that according to the spirits, anyone that teaches a theory of evolution is considered to be a minister of a great religious system. See, they call it the religious system, the theory of evolution, because it is a system of schooling people and getting them to disqualify themselves and being members of Christ's kingdom. And he said that every teacher of that theory is recognized by the spirits as a person of great value and receives a very special unction from Satan himself, giving great power to induce spiritual blindness, to convince and convert. 3 capacities are given to those teachers of the theory. Then, that's not all. The priest says that Satan considers the teachers of the theory of evolution to be so valuable to him that in the sight of all the inhabitants of the galaxies, he assigns a retinue of bright, beautiful angels to follow that educator all the remainder of his life. And that in the sight of the inhabitants of the galaxies is the greatest honor that he can bestow upon his workers, all mankind, and to, until the controversy is finished. That was quite
Crazy.
So to add a little to that, because that was a quick clip, is Roger Morneau was, I picture kind of like Aaron Russo with Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Where